Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to go on a hike. Now, we're not going to go metal detecting or anything, but I want to find if there's some caves in this area. And I also want to look for deer sheds. Now, when I say deer sheds, I'm not talking about little buildings that deer live in, but I'm talking about their antlers, because the deer grow antlers. Well, they start growing them in the summer, and in the fall they're hard and they fight with them and mark your territory. And then in the later winter, they fall off and they start all over again and they grow new ones. But by this time of year, they should have already shed them. And when I say shed, lost them. And it's kind of fun to go out and look for them in the woods, because you can find some really nice ones, some big ones. People collect them. They like to make knife handles out of them. And I have a giant pile of these things that I've collected over the years. Although I gave my collection away about 20 years ago, but I've started over again. So we're going to look for deer sheds, sinkholes, 1, 2, in a giant cave, hopefully. My friend told me that there's an area up in here where he had seen sinkholes many years ago, and it's kind of like off the beaten path. So we're hoping no one's filled them in, and maybe they've gotten bigger or opened up into caves. But yeah, we've got about another half mile to go. When we get there, we'll start looking for the caves. I'll start looking for deer sheds right now. Stay tuned. This looks kind of suspicious right here, this pile of rock. Here was a fox or something. That's a big fox squirrel. I'm thinking it could be an old house foundation or a chimney pile. It hasn't been too many piles of rocks like this. This isn't a really good location, but it isn't. This is natural, I think. Maybe not. It's not natural. The stream's right down here. So we're on a nice little hill. This is definitely piles here. This could be a chimney pile. The way I can tell it's piles here is there's these are streams. These are that calcium carbonate rock from down by the stream. So somebody carried them up here and put them here. If I had my metal detector, I mean, we would know already whether or not this was a house site. I suspect it is, though, just because of the way it sits on this little rise here, just above the stream. And there's absolutely no reason for a farmer to pile these here when he could have just pitched them over the bank down there. And of course, the reason that farmers pile them up like that, and they do pile them up, and they used to in the old days, especially when they were using horses, is just to get them out of the way for planting. But they would normally put them like in a fence row or up against a tree, or just pitch them over a bank somewhere. There's no reason for them to pile them up in the middle of a nice flat area like this. That's better suited to planting. Just saw some tin up here as well. There's some broken glass. There's a broken glass right there, or a jar. So there is some type of structure around here. I would guess this might have been a barn or something up here. Yeah, you can see how it's kind of flattened. This area is flattened right here. It goes up to that rock and then up. This might have been an old barn. We'll come back here, I promise. I'll grab my metal detector maybe next week, and we'll come back in here and look around. I see some iron against this tree right here, and that's usually indicative of someone already metal detecting an area, and they pick up the iron and they throw it against the tree. That's one way to tell if somebody's already been there. This is what I'm talking about here. It's just like a little pile of iron. Oh, one piece. I don't know if it's a tractor seat, maybe. I'm not sure what that is. All right. Nice flat area here. And it would make sense with a chimney pile. Well, the chimney pile's right over there. Pretty sure that's what it is. Okay, we'll come back. I'm about 300 yards from that chimney pile that had the bricks in it. Here's another big pile of rocks. I don't see any signs of bricks in this one, though. So this might be where the farmer actually piled up rocks out of the field when they were plowing back in the old days. Because those are big natural rocks there, and you see there's a few. Now, we're definitely going to check it out when we come back with a metal detector, and especially since it's not too far from where we're going to be, but I suspect that's just where the farmer piled them up. We were in an area that had a battle. I don't think there were any battles in this area. Farmers would also pick up stuff from the battlefield, like bayonets, broken guns, cannonballs, and they'd throw them up on the very same piles that they throw the rocks. So if you're in a battlefield area, it's always good to check any rock piles like that for signals. We'll check out one, don't worry. We'll check out one. All right, we're going to cut back down to that chimney pile, and go back down the hill toward the stream because we got away from the stream. We're about a half mile away now. And I really want to get back on the other side of the stream where the sinkholes are supposed to be. It's a big pile of fur over here. I like to check that out whenever I see it because there could be, you know, if a deer died in here, it could have been a, oh look, it's a giant buck. Nice racks. Well, it's not giant, but it's definitely worth keeping. Anytime you see the fur, you can see it's all scattered around here, and this is a skeleton. Unfortunately, it's a little bit grody still, but I'm definitely going to grab this one. What I'll do is I'll kick it off at the neck, right here. I didn't bring a bag with me, unfortunately, or a saw. But a saw, I just cut it off right here, and we'll just carry that whole thing out. That's not a bad one, huh? What do you think? Yeah, that's nice. All right, let's keep our eyes open. Definitely hold your breath. So I guarantee that thing stinks. I saw these rocks up here, and it's kind of a weird little area. It's almost like someone's been digging them out. Right in here. Maybe they just threw them down in there, look. Doesn't look like it's been dug out. I don't see that goes anywhere. Doesn't look like it. Let's go down here and look at this. If it was dug out, it was done a long time ago. Hopefully no bear in there. No bears. Oy. I don't see any bears. I'll get my flashlight out. We'll look around a little bit, but I'm not very hopeful about this one. And I'll look back in here, see what we can see. I don't think it goes very far. Might make a nice little animal den, but that's about it, probably. Nope. Probably not worth digging out. Sun's about an hour or so off the horizon, so we'll start heading back over the hill in the general direction of the truck. Hopefully we'll find another shed or two. Well, that's not technically a shed. It's actually technically a head. A little bit different. Sheds don't stink because it's just the antler, so at least I got two of them on that one. All right, let's move out. All right, heading back down this little valley here in Walnut Valley. And that's the sinkhole we looked at. And there's another one over here. It looks like we missed. Has a tree in it. We were just down below it, I guess, when we were walking across. Ah, this looks pretty nice. Always be a little careful walking up to the edge. Nope, that doesn't go anywhere, but it's got a whole tree, cedar tree. Something dug a hole right there. Don't know what that was. Nice little sinkhole, but no cave for us. Well, maybe the next one. Another little sinkhole off the road. Ah, that looks interesting. What do you think? Think that goes? Work our way around the side here. Yeah, it doesn't look very promising, does it? No. You see where the water washes down in there, the rocks are all clean, but it doesn't go anywhere. Of course, you know, like I said, there could be a 100-foot pit right under my feet. You guys are always wanting to see cars that I find. Here's one, full of bullet holes. That was actually in another video many years ago that I shot. Here's the first flowers of the season. Look at that. This is February. I'm not even sure what those are. If any of you guys know what those are, let me know. See, there's gonna be some more coming up there, and there's a few there. I thought it was dandelion when I first saw it, but it obviously is not a dandelion. All right, let's keep moving. Look at the size of that tree. That's an oak out in the middle of nowhere. It's surprising it's still here. That thing's got to be at least 200 years old, maybe more. Very seldom do you see trees that large anymore out in the wild in this area. There's a bunch of big oak trees right in here. There's one there, and there's some more down through this hollow. So I'm thinking there could be a house over in this direction too. I've been walking for about a half hour. Since we left that area, we looked like there was a chimney pile, and that's a good half a mile behind me. But anytime you see old oak trees like this, and there's some more up there, it's a good indication that there could have been a house or cemetery or something nearby. So let's look around, see what we can find. The big oak tree's right over there, and I saw this pile of rocks. and came over to investigate, and I think this is definitely an old house here as well. Look, there's some old bricks. Those are really old right there. This is probably a chimney pile as well. Man, I wish I brought my metal detector. I don't think I'd be too worried about the caves or the deer antlers if I had that right now. Yeah, more bricks in here and some bone. That is a big chunk of bone. That's probably a cow or a horse. Hard to say. But there's definitely a lot of bricks in here. We're coming back. No doubt about that. We're coming back here. That's a heck of a hike, though. There's a hole there. I don't know what that is. We're gonna go down the ridge a little bit that way, then come back that way and just see if there's anything else here. And if there is, I'll let you see it. I'll share the excitement with you, because you never know what could be just underfoot here. But we're gonna find out probably next week. Yeah, let's go look at that. Just goes to show you that you always have to keep your eyes open. There's something like really scary right here. I was walking down, there's a little road here that the developer cut in here some years ago. And I was walking along here and I happened to glance over and you can see that dark spot right there. There's a hole there. Now, I came to here and I looked down it and I can't tell, but it looks like it might be a well. Looks like it almost might be stacked stone there. Isn't that spooky? Wow, anybody could have fallen in that thing. Including me, if I was just like metal detecting through here. I mean, if that little bush wasn't there, I'd fall right in that thing, just walking. I mean, just like I've been walking now. I mean, I just been like busting through the bushes and really not paying any attention. Could easily have fallen in that hole. Now, I do have my flashlight with me because we're looking for sinkholes, so we're going to take a peek down there. We're going to be a little careful. There's a stake here, so maybe people do know about it, but I don't know why they wouldn't have covered that. All right, I have my trusty flashlight with me through night. They sponsor my channel, by the way. See, that's oh yeah, that's definitely a well. Wow, look at that. Well, it's not too deep. That's probably about 12 feet, I guess, 10 to 12 feet. But a person could get out of it, but if you fell in there, you might not. You might break your legs on the way down. A deer or a raccoon or something might, well, a raccoon might get out, but no, I doubt it, actually. A deer certainly wouldn't get out of there. God, isn't that weird? Not marked at all. I'll definitely tell the developer about this, because he needs to push some dirt in that or something before somebody gets hurt. Bunch of feathers here, and I see some more out there. So something died in here, I would think. It looks almost like a hawk to me, though. Wouldn't you say? That's definitely not. That's not a it's turkey. I guess that looks like a turkey feather. I don't know about those. Don't see any dead ones in here. I'm not going to spend my time looking for a dead bird. Oh yeah, there he is. There's where someone ate him. That's definitely a turkey. You pluck him up. Oh, this thing stinks. Oh, it's horrible smelling. I almost brought a bag with me too, but I didn't. Yeah, that's an old turkey. And heading up through the woods, and that's a skeleton. It looks like a bird almost, doesn't it? I think it's a bird. Not sure what that is. Very soft. Might have been part of that old turkey we saw. Here's another bone pile. This looks like it's been here a long time. Small deer. See some vertebrae and stuff in there. I don't see a skull or any antlers. Scattered down the hill. Let's walk down there. Oh, the rocks there. Somebody set those up on there. Those light colored ones. It's not natural. I'm not going to spend too much time looking at that deer because it's been there a long time, and there's probably mice that probably already eaten the antlers. The mice love to chew on them. It keeps their teeth sharp, because if they don't sharpen their teeth or keep gnawing on stuff, they'll actually keep growing. The teeth don't ever quit growing in rodents. What happens is the teeth just keep growing where they can't use them, and like the bottom ones will curl around and go up to their eyeballs. That actually happens. Teeth go up right into their eye, and of course that naturally kills them. So they got to keep chewing on stuff. That's why they're always chewing. You always hear them chick, 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 chick in the walls of your house at night. If you live in an old farmhouse like I used to. Man, it stinks. It smells like rotten fish in here. Something weird. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. No, after we get some big You see that's the wall there. We're sunk down. No, doesn't go anywhere yet, but now we get some good rains. And what will happen is the water, you know, from the heavy rain will come down across the surface, dump into this hole and kind of keep cleaning it out as it fills up. And hopefully in our lifetime, or at least my lifetime, I don't care about yours. Well, I do care about yours, but you know what I mean. This could open up into a nice big cave. So I'll come back and check on this again, you know, maybe in a few years, or if we get some exceptional, gigantic rainstorm or something. But it's not gonna be any good for a while, so let's keep moving. This is kind of a suspicious little area in the woods. If you notice, there's a ton of water bottles. Look at all the water bottles in here. And I have to ask myself, why would someone bring all these water bottles back in the woods? Do you know why? I bet it has something to do with the vegetation over there. Or it used to be the vegetation. We'll look around a little bit. But I'll bet you this is where someone had an illegal grow operation, probably under those power lines. And these are either, you know, the water bottles that they used to probably water the plants in the summer when they needed it, and they just pitched them over in the woods. We'll come back and look this summer, but we'll also walk over there and look right now, see if we can see where the plants were. That means we just made a big loop, a long loop, and I'm tuckered out, so I'm gonna head on down this ravine back to my vehicle, and we'll call it a day. So we got one set of deer antlers. Now this doesn't really count as a shed, because they didn't lose this one. Well, I mean, they lost it, but they're not going to grow back because he's dead. And the shed would actually grow back again next season. So, hope you enjoyed that little escapade through the woods. It was a lot of fun. And we're going to come back maybe 1 to 2 weeks with a metal detector, and we'll go over those spots that look like they were house sites. And hopefully we'll find some good old gold coins. What do you think? I think it's worth a try. Buenos muchachos, off we go.